Blake Doring's come up to visit with us, coach of the South Central Cougars. And Blake, thanks for coming up. Man, that was one of those situations that you never want to get yourself into, and way down, and you're playing catch up just about from the opening tip.
Right. I think it was 17-2 after the first quarter, and then 20-2, boom, just like that in the second. But I think we shot 1 for 12 in the first quarter, had 6 or 7 turnovers, missed some easy shots, and anytime you get down 22, like you said, you're fighting an uphill battle. But credit to our kids, we never give up, never gave up, kept battling, and I think going into fourth it was 38-24, and I thought second quarter after that first possession, and third quarter was pretty good. But like you said, when you dig yourself an 18-point deficit, you're playing catch up the whole game. So
now what do you do to make sure that the kids don't say, oh man, that wasn't very good, and what are we going to do the rest of the week?
Right, and that was something I talked about. We got to come back tomorrow and play a team that we've beaten twice, that now that doesn't mean so much, and be ready to go from the tip.
It's a case where you're playing well, and I hope people don't think this is reflective of how you've been playing all year, because, man, you're double-digit wins.
Right. I think we're 11-9 now, and, we've done some really good things. We've struggled to put 32 minutes together all season, and, hopefully, coming up this week and into the following week, we can start playing our best basketball.
Yeah, I hope you get a win tomorrow night. You win over the weekend, and then you get some momentum heading in the last 2-3 weeks of the regular season.
Right. We're, like I said, we want to, be playing our best basketball here in the next couple of weeks, and, take it one game, one day at a time, and, just be a little bit better than we were.
Logan Lutz is a heck of a scorer. 1,000-point career score. They put the clamps on him in the first half. He did bounce back nice, and I think got you 10 in the second half. So scorer's going to score. Right.
There's no doubt he's, our go-to guy. He's an absolute great kid. Can't say enough great things about him. Just a dream to coach. He's in the gym 30 minutes before practice. I kick him out 30 minutes after. Definitely, probably not the best half. Maybe the worst half he played in the first half all season.
Yeah.
But, credit to him. He's a great kid. He had a great second half.
So you've got some kids. Roberts, I know you tried to play inside some and work around him and things like that. Is the mix where you want it to be?
I'll give credit to Altamont tonight. They pressure and deny and, do all that stuff defensively. And we didn't handle it very well. And we were definitely, out of rhythm. And never really got in rhythm. I thought, like I said, the second quarter and the third quarter where we didn't turn the ball over and move the basketball with some success, we got some good shots. But, give them credit. They do what they're taught to do. So
very good. Blake, appreciate you coming up. We'll see you tomorrow night, all right?
Thank you. Thanks for your coverage.
You bet. South Central coach Blake Doring, appreciate him coming up for the visit. We'll be back with the starting lineups and tonight's second game play-by-play in just a moment here on 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th annual NTC tournament. 97.9 XFM.
We are back at Altamont. Let's get you the starting lineups for the nightcap of our doubleheader. Andrew Snow and the Neoga Indians are 11-7. Josh Crumweedy and the Dieterich Moving Maroons are 13-7. So this should be a fun one. Neoga, the visitors tonight. Here's their starting lineup. Chase Banning is a 5'11 junior. He'll be joined by Levi Peters, a 6'1 senior. Reese Johnson, a 6-foot sophomore. That kid can play basketball. Trevor Roy gets you a bunch of points. He's a 6'2 junior. And Mitchell Cornell, a 6'4 senior. That's the starting lineup for the Neoga Indians. For Dieterich tonight, Evan Bonoff will start. He's a 5'10 senior. Matthew Hunzinger is a 6-foot sophomore. Austin Einhorn, 6'3 senior. Colin Hartke, a 6'2 junior. And Cole Nieberge, a 6'4 junior. So 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a sophomore in the starting lineup for Dieterich. Neoga, 2 seniors and 2 juniors and a sophomore in the starting lineup. How about that? That matches up pretty well. This ought to be a fun one tonight. 24 wins between the two, and the winner will play the winner of the game a moment ago. Altamont Friday night in the nightcap of the doubleheader there. Remember, 3 games tomorrow, and I'm glad Matt corrected me. I had looked at the pairings wrong. I thought it was loser of the second game that played CHBC, and that was incorrect. So it'll be CHBC and South Central at 5 o'clock tomorrow. And then we'll have the losers of the Tuesday night game and then the winners of the Tuesday night game. That's our 3 for tomorrow night. And again, 5 o'clock on the first game tomorrow night. And we'll have all 3 for you on 97.9 XFM and 97.9XFM.com. Looks like we're ready for basketball, Matt.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be a really good game. I looked at the seeds, and I can't fault anywhere where any of these seeds landed, but at the same time, Neoga as a 6th seed really jumped out at me. I was very impressed with what they did against St. Anthony when I saw them in the regular season a couple of weeks ago. And I've also been impressed with what Dieterich bounced back and done this year after a whole lot of changes from last season.
Mr. Danks puts it in the air. Tips controlled by Neoga, and away we go here at Altamont. Again, live video streaming on our YouTube channel. Check it out. Just go to the website and follow the directions, and you too can watch the game on TV or whatever you got to watch. Neoga gets it on the side. They're taking their time, so that gave me a little time talk. They get it on the side to Chase Banning out top. Now they swing it back down in the corner, and a 3 try there. Put up no good by Chase Banning. Rebound goes to Dieterich, and coming coast to coast, Colin Hartke, and his shot got blocked out of bounds. So Dieterich basketball, nice block by Neoga.
Yeah, Trevor Roy got up there and swatted it out of bounds. And if you know anything about Neoga basketball, you know that Roys are athletes and jumpers, and he's one of the family.
We've had great boys, great girls play basketball for Neoga for a lot of years. So the Maroons get it out top. Evan Bonoff and Matthew Hunzinger play catch. Here's Bonoff for 3. Off the side of the rim, no good. Nieberge thought he had the rebound. Now it got loose, and Neoga ends up with it. Grabbed out of there by Trevor Roy for Neoga. Down court quickly, Levi Peters. And a reach in, and a foul.
Looks like it's going to be a hold whistled against Dieterich.
So...
Or no, I'm sorry, Neoga. I apologize. Neoga, number 40, Mitchell Cornell, has his first foul.
So trying to clear a path, maybe, and turn over on the Indians on the offensive foul. We're a minute into it. You haven't missed any points. Bonoff with the ball to Hunzinger. Down on the baseline, Nieberge the catch. Back out to Bonoff and now to Hunzinger. Hunzinger tries to drive between 2, lost it. Boy, Roy picked his pocket. He's going to the hole, puts it up and got it. Wow, nice play by Trevor Roy. He's come to play. Dieterich's first turnover. Here come the Maroons. 2-0 Neoga. 6:20 to go first quarter. The very animated Andrew Snow on the sidelines for Neoga. First shot, no good. I guess it was a shot. Derek Kuhl ended up with it and stuck it up and in, and that ties the game 2-2. Out top, Banning with it for Neoga. They go on the side to Peters. He tried to go baseline, and somebody reached in along the way.
Well, I tried to give him a foul earlier in the ball game. This time it is going to be Kuhl picking up the personal. Derek has his first, so Cornell 40 has a foul for Neoga, and Kuhl 40 has a foul for Dieterich.
Banning with the high lob, the catch by Roy in the lane. Now back over to Banning, deep, 3, no good. Rebound taken down by Bonoff for Dieterich. Off to Hunzinger, here come the Maroons. Bonoff with the ball way out top. On the wing to Hunzinger, way across court to Nieberge. I think those three have had the ball all the time for Dieterich, and now Nieberge dribbled it out of bounds. Pass was just something he couldn't corral that time.
Well, and you got to give credit to Chase Banning. The reason he couldn't really get a good handle on it is Banning tipped it just enough to kind of throw it off for Nieberge.
Speaking of Banning, he has the ball. Nice pass down low. Shot good by Levi Peters. Good move inside and a good feed by Banning. That makes it 4-2 Neoga.
Boy, Banning did thread the needle with that pass on the backdoor cut.
Nieberge to bone off, and Evan takes it out top. Now they swing it the other way to Hunzinger, and that gets Derek Kuhl involved. And Dieterich got it inside and lost it off their hands out of bounds, and another Maroon turnover. That's 3 already. Neoga with the ball and a 4-2 lead. I'm not sure Banning was looking there for a second, and all of a sudden yonder came the ball. Nice move. Oh, great drive to the hole. Mitchell Cornell right-handed it up and in. And it's 6-2 Neoga. So they're on a mission here early. Kuhl the catch down low. Back out now to Hunzinger. To Nieberge. They swing him out top this trip. They try to force it inside, and it's off the shin of Colin Hartke, and another turnover. Dieterich's 4th already. They go inside, Neoga does. Turnaround shot for 2 is short by Peters, and the rebound Nieberge for Dieterich. And Banning didn't want to let go, and he gets called for the foul.
And that's one of those you get frustrated with as a coach and then as a player, too. Like, why am I fouling this far from from their basket? And it's the first on Banning, and it's the second on the team.
Down goes Hunzinger for Dieterich, and into the lineup is Seth Bonoff. He's a 6-foot senior. So, down went Hunzinger. So now we've got 2 Bonoffs out there. So I'll try to make sure I give you first names. Catch out top by Kuhl. Now to Nieberge. Cole picks it up. Now bounce pass. Now back to Nieberge. On the side, shot for 2. No good by Kuhl. And another Neoga rebound. Peters grabs this one for the Indians. 6-2 Neoga. 4:20 to go, opening quarter. Roy with it. Out top now to Banning. There's finally Johnson open on a 3. It rims out, no good. Reese Johnson finally had a look at the ball. And a rebound goes to Dieterich. And it's brought down court. Colin Hartke with the ball, forces it inside. Cool shot blocked by Roy. Another block for Roy, and he got the rebound. And Trevor gets it out of trouble. Decides, I thought he was going to pull the trigger. Instead, he gets it on the side. Driving in is Cornell. He can't get in. Back out top. Now to Cornell. Now he shoots the 3, and it's short. And Nieberge the rebound for Dieterich. He gets it off to Evan Bonoff. Across the timeline. Still 6-2, in case you were wondering. Still 6-2. We're now 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Nieberge out top to Evan Bonoff. Down in the corner. Colin Hartke tries a 3. No good. And over the back on the rebound. Seth Bonoff got a piece of Neoga. So he fouls, and it's out of bounds for the Indians.
Foul on Seth is his first and the team's second, as so far, we have a timeout taken.
Dieterich wants to chat. 3:28 to go. First quarter back in 30. We're at the NTC tournament. It's Neoga 6, Altamont 2 on 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Brumlady wanted to talk it over, and let's see how the Maroons respond here. Neoga has the ball.
Real quick, Neoga's Trevor Roy, already in the ball game, has 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 block shots, and 2 steals.
They'll let him stay. They'll let you play if you do that. Reese Johnson on the point now for Neoga. Got it down court. The catch by Cornell back to Johnson. Reese pulls it back out top. Fires down low. Nieberge knocks it loose, but Cornell ends up with it after all. And then he dumps it out top to Banning. Banning to the baseline. Corner now to Johnson. He moves in for a 2, and it's a little strong. Rebound grabbed by Kuhl for Dieterich. And yonder come the Maroons. It's still 6-2. Bonoff in the corner. The catch by Kuhl. Back out to Colin Hartke. Kuhl with the ball. Now to Bonoff. Seth to Evan. 2:40 to go, opening quarter. Good defense by Neoga, forcing Neoga to make lots of passes. They force it inside to Cool, and he was getting bumped, and the bumper, I think, is Mr. Peters.
Yeah, Levi appears to be the one for the foul. It's his first and the team's third. Cool has a little bit of a size advantage there on Peters, and I think Peters was trying to root him out of there.
Inbound on the baseline, Bonoff to Bonoff. The catch by Seth. He tried to get it inside, and it's knocked loose and stolen away by Neoga. Then they flip it right back to Dieterich. Out to Evan Bonoff. Three good. Evan Bonoff hits the three, and that gets Dieterich back within one. It's 6-5.
Yeah, they took advantage of that busted play there and got Bonoff open for the wing three.
Cornell inside for Neoga. Nice shot off the glass. Mitchell with 4. Gets Neoga back up 3. It's 8-5. 2 minutes left in the opening quarter of our second of the night as a win for Altamont in the opener. Driving it into the lane. No room there for Hartke, so back out top. Nieberge to Bonoff. Shot from the corner, no good by Hartke. Rebound Neoga. It was grabbed by Cornell. He gave it to Banning. Now down court, midair collision. It was a case where Roy was trying to get it down the floor, and jumping in front of him was Seth Bonoff, and Bonoff got the personal.
So now Seth has a couple of fouls in this ball game, and he's going to head to the Dieterich bench.
And down he goes, and I'm guessing Hunzinger came back in. There he is. So that changed. They go back to the starter at the guard spot. 8-5 Neoga. Indians have the ball. Minute and a half to go opening quarter. Peters, Johnson, baseline. Shot short by Cornell. Rebound Dieterich, grabbed out of there by Nieberge. He's had a couple or so.
Yeah, they've done a good job on the glass.
Corner three for Dieterich. Good. Matthew Hunzinger dials up the three. And we're tied at 8. So Neoga just unable to extend the lead very much, and Dietrich's come back to tie it with a 3. 8-8 with a minute to go in the first quarter, and Johnson called for carrying the ball, and the first turnover of the game on Neoga. Wow. Tough call. Johnson didn't think he'd stop the dribble, but the official thought he did, and so they give it back to Dieterich. So Dieterich with a chance to get their first lead of the game. Tie right now. Neoga was up by 4. Bonoff, Evan, corner three, good. Nice, just give me the rock. Dietrich's up 3, 11-8.
Well, Neoga's in a 1-3-1 zone, and Dietrich's moving the ball around the perimeter, and they found Bonoff in the corner again for a 3.
Again, Neoga didn't have a chance to extend that lead when they had it, and now the Maroons are lighting it up. So 11-8 Dieterich, 35 seconds left, first quarter. And they've done a good job of keeping Johnson out of the Neoga offense. That sophomore can flat score you some points, but Dietrich's doing a good job denying him many shots. He has it now on the wing, down to 20 seconds in the first quarter. Puts it on the floor against Hunzinger. Bounce pass now, the catch by Roy. Down to 10. Johnson, back to Roy. Roy at top of the key to Johnson. 6-5, back to Roy. They go to the side deep. 3 put up way short by Cornell. Then Dieterich grabbed the rebound and flung it down the floor to the black chair seats. And that ends our first quarter. 1 quarter in the books, second game of 2 here on Wednesday night at the NTC tournament. After 1, it's Dieterich 11, Neoga 8, here on 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th annual NTC tournament. 97.9 XFM.
Ready for the second quarter. How about the numbers in the first?
Neither team shot a free throw. Both teams made 4 shots from the field. Neoga, though, was 4 of 12. Dieterich 4 of 11, but Neoga was 3 of 6 from the three-point range, and Neoga 0 for 5.
Dieterich gets the ball to start the quarter. They have the 11-8 edge as we start this second period. Cool drove it inside, got affected by Cornell. Got the putback, no good. Got it again, puts it up and in. Well, you know, Derek Cool says, I'm going to stay here until I score. And Dieterich's up 5 now, 13-8. That's the biggest lead for either team so far in this game. They get it to Manning, Neoga does. He stops out front. They go now down to Johnson. He rolls to the baseline. Shot for 2, good. Man, he doesn't need much room.
No, he's got an exceptionally quick release, and that time he made a nice move to the baseline.
Gets Neoga back within 3 at 13-10. Out top, the Maroons have it. The catch by Hartke. Hartke. Now he gets it off to Evan Bonoff. Back to Hartke. Back to Bonoff. Deep 3. Made it. Excuse me, Evan. Not deep at all. He's got 3 threes now. Dieterich's up 6, 16-10.
That's a zone buster.
Betcha. Here's a 3 deep for Johnson. Then off the front of the rim, no good. And Evan Bonoff, the rebound for Dieterich. They go to the corner, and another 3, and it's good. Hunzinger loads it up. That's 5 threes for Dieterich's guards now. And all of a sudden, they're up 19-10. They were down 4. They're up 9. Timeout Neoga. 6:41 to go second quarter. 19-10 Dieterich. You're on 97.9 XFM.
Nemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Nemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
97.9 XFM, WXCF, and Effingham. Dieterich leads Neoga now 19-10. Andrew Snow, a little frustrated, I think, with his blitzkrieg by Dieterich. And they're up 9 all of a sudden. Reverse layup, good by Trevor Roy. That'll fix that. Nice job. Roy got away from the defense, stuck it up and in. He has 4, and it's 19-12. Now Cole Nieberg shoots a 3 for Dieterich. It's no good. Rebound grabbed out of there by Peters. Here come the Indians. Yeah, Neoga led most of the first quarter, and then Dieterich all of a sudden started raining threes, and they made them all. Till that one. Johnson in the lane, can't get a shot off to Cornell for 3. It's no good. Nice follow by Reese Johnson. Left hands it up and in. Johnson with 4, and now there's 4 quick for Neoga, and it's a 5-point game again. So
Johnson says there's more than one way to score as he got on the offensive glass that time as Dieterich's been working hard to deny him. Neoga with the timeout has gone to man-to-man here instead of that 1-3-1 zone that Dieterich had kind of busted up with those threes.
So it was 19-10, now it's 19-14. Hartke with the ball for Dieterich off to Evan Bonoff. He had 3 of those threes. Down in the corner to Cole Nieberg. He out top. It's knocked loose, but regained by Evan Bonoff. So good work by both teams defensively there. Hunzinger to Hartke, picks up the dribble to Nieberg, and back out to Evan Bonoff. Side to Hunzinger on the baseline now. Back out to Bonoff. The catch by Cool. He picks it up. Evan Bonoff over to Hartke. Way out top. Nieberg the catch, and a travel. Hunzinger was trying to stop, and then he thought he'd go and didn't dribble, and that's a turnover. So Dieterich turns it over. Neoga sits Levi Peters down. J.C. Keller, who we saw some good minutes out of when they played St. Anthony, checks in. He's a 6-foot senior. 19-14. Neoga was down 9. Now it's 5. Keller in the ball game, gets the ball quickly. Out to Roy. To Cornell. Left side to Johnson. Baseline. Nice catch by Cornell. To Keller. Back to the corner to Cornell. Cross court to the Dieterich bench. Little high on that pass. First turnover on Neoga in the quarter.
Just their second in the game.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Minimize those miscues. Dieterich with the ball and a 5-point lead. But Neoga scored the last 4. So you know the Maroons are looking for a bucket. Way out top, Evan Bonoff. That 3 came out. Trevor Roy the rebound for Neoga. I thought that was good.
It looked good.
Roy gets the ball to Adam Fearday, who sneaked in on me. He's a 5'10 sophomore for this Dieterich ball club. He gets it left side. Fearday over on a side to Keller, and Keller fell down trying to save it. It's stolen by Kuhl. He gets it down low to Hartke, who missed the layup, but he puts back up and in. He kind of was betwixt and between on the first shot, but he stayed with it and got the putback, and it's 21-14 Dieterich. So the Maroons back up 7. Keller tries to force it down low, and the ball is knocked loose. And Dieterich will get credit for disrupting the Neoga offense, and the Indians will inbound down in the corner. Dieterich makes a change as they bring in Bryce Booty. So Bryce Booty joins the fray here for Dieterich. And now we've got a violation. Neoga didn't get the ball inbounded, and a turnover on the Indians, and the Maroons get the ball back on the third turnover. So Bryce Booty, number 10, checks in here for Dieterich. Not in your program, so don't worry about looking. But he's in the lineup here for the Maroons. Dieterich gets it down low, driving inside Hartke. Johnson blocked the shot from behind, but he got called for a foul. It looked like a pretty good block from up here.
From here it did. It might have got him on the arm, but it is going to be Johnson's first foul, the team's fourth this half. This will be the first trip to the free throw line for either team in this ball game.
Fouls have been pretty minimal. 3 for one team, 4 for the other. At the line, Hartke shoots for Dieterich, and it came off no good. Peters is back for Neoga. Keller sits back down, but he gave Peters a breather. 3:31 to go, second quarter. Dieterich's up by 7. Foul shot up and good. So a miss and then a make. Colin Hartke has 3. And there's an 8-point lead again for Dieterich, 22-14. They've been up by 9. That was earlier in the quarter when they rained down all those threes. Roy with the ball for Neoga. Pulls up, jump shot back of the rim, no good. Nice follow by Cornell. Mitchell Cornell says, I'll just stay up here and put that ball back in.
Exactly.
And now the ball gets knocked loose. Roy inside, layup, good. Well, there's 4 quick for Neoga, and they're back within 4. It's 22-18. Dieterich's second turnover. So here come the Indians. Nieberge to Bryce Booty. Down in the corner, Nieberge the catch. Puts it on the floor. Now stops. Tries to go out top and does. The catch by Hunzinger. 22-18 now. Still 2:50 to go before halftime. Dieterich down inside. Good catch, but no shot available for Kuhl, so back out top to Booty. Now to Nieberge. Cole looking for somebody to move, and finally, Hartke does, and so he can get him the ball. Colin away top now to Derek Kuhl. He got knocked loose, and a tough reach-in foul here on Levi Peters for Neoga.
He'll be the first Indian to pick up his second foul. That's the team's 5th, so Coach Snow with an interesting decision to make here with 2:31 left in the half.
Dieterich sits Booty back down, and they bring Evan Bonoff in. So, a little break here and there. Down to 2.5 before halftime. 4-point lead for Dieterich. They have the ball. Out top, Nieberge. Now to Kuhl. Looking underneath. Finally does get it to Hartke. Knocked loose by Johnson. Good quick hands. And Neoga with the steal on Dieterich's third turnover. So they were down 9, now it's 4, and they have the ball. Johnson, little wraparound dribble. Brings it back out top with a pass to Cornell. Left side, Roy. Boy, deep 3. It's short. Rebound taken down by Hartke for Dieterich. My goodness, that was deep. Hartke pulls up. Off to Nieberge, back to Hartke now. Under 2 minutes to play before halftime. Bounce pass Hartke on the side to Kuhl. Bounce pass to the cutter. Hunzinger shot blocked, though, by Roy, and Johnson the rebound for Neoga. And here come the Indians. They get it on the side. Peters drives in. Big old collision and a block. Tough call. And holy cow, did Kuhl absorb a lot of contact for Dieterich, but he's called for the block.
Derek Kuhl just got his second foul of the ball game. Dieterich with 4, so they'll probably get him out of there.
Man. Yeah, Kuhl's second foul. He'll sit down now, and Dieterich runs Austin Einhorn in, the 6'3 senior. Neoga sets Peters back down, and they bring Fearday back in. So a change for each team. Neoga trying to get it in. It's caught in the corner for Cornell. They sling it way out top to Fearday. Johnson with the ball on the left wing. 1.5 to go before the break. Neoga with the ball. Dieterich with the lead, 22-18 here. Out top, Fearday. Johnson now for Neoga. Johnson now puts it on the floor, working against Evan Bonoff, pulls it out to midcourt. Now tries to drive, can't shoot, so off to Cornell. Left side, the catch, and no chance for a shot by Banning. Out to Cornell for three, no good, back of the rim, big old collision. Holy cow, Austin Einhorn had position for Dieterich. And about the time he went up for that, yonder came Neoga, and I think it was Peters that kind of bumped him a bit of a, almost Fearday.
Adam Fearday picks up that foul, his first and the team's sixth.
So 1-2 instead of 1-3. Fearday on the foul. Dieterich gets the ball back with this 4-point lead. Under a minute to play before halftime. Hartke with the ball. Tries to go low. Nieberge puts it on the floor, tries to back in. Can't, so back out to Hartke. He's down in the corner now. And brings it out top on the dribble. Down to 40 seconds. See how much air Dieterich tries to take out of the ball here before they apparently go for the last shot of the half. At least that's their goal. Now they drive it inside. Tried to get a pass to a teammate. Neoga steals it. That didn't work out. Roy down court lays it up and in. So I'm not sure what the plan was, but that wasn't it. Neoga's back within two now on Dieterich's fourth turnover. It's 22-20, and a travel on Nieberge as he was looking to get open. 5 Maroon turnovers. Dieterich with a chance to tie with a 2, get the lead back with a 3 with 17 seconds left before halftime.
These turnovers late in the quarter have allowed Neoga to get back in this, maybe tie or take the lead here.
Down 9, now it's 2, and they have the ball. Down to 8 seconds. Fearday out top, down to 6, down to 5. They threw it away. He evidently was going to try and get it to Johnson, but Johnson either got there late or Fearday threw it way too quick. Anyway, it's a turnover. So now Dieterich has 3.5 seconds on the fourth Neoga turnover to get a bucket here before halftime. And Neoga's deep 3 blocked. One more block for the half for Cornell. Nieberge was trying to throw that thing up. Might have had another second, but, you know, he was ready to fling it. And it got rejected by Cornell. And that ends the half. And, folks, we have a 2-point game at halftime. Championship, well, first night action for these teams. At the half at the National Trail Conference Tournament at Altamont. Dieterich 22, Neoga 20. Halftime show on the way in 2 minutes on 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th Annual NTC Tournament, 97.9 XFM.
Nemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Nemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 97.9.
This is the Compass Advisory Group halftime show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel or Kurt Strohmeyer at 347-9697.
Back at Altamont Community High School at halftime in the nightcap of our doubleheader here on night 3 of the NTC tournament. It's Dieterich 22, Neoga 20. And the quarter by quarter doesn't quite give you the full flavor of how that first half went. It was 11-8 Dieterich after the first quarter, and then Dieterich went on to rain down threes galore. Had a 19-10 lead at one point in that second quarter.
High School at half.
But then Neoga responded, and some Dieterich turnovers admittedly helped. Neoga bounced back, and they scored 10 points from that point in the quarter to just 3 for Dieterich. And just like that, Neoga's back within 2 here at halftime, 22-20. Again, it was 11-8 Dieterich after a quarter. And then Neoga outscored Dieterich 12-11 in the second quarter, and it accounts for the 2-point game. As far as the individual scoring for Neoga, Chase Banning is yet to score. Levi Peters has 2. Reese Johnson has 4. Trevor Roy has 8 points. He had a good half. Mitchell Cornell had 6. Adam Fearday and J.C. Keller got to play. They didn't have any stats. Again, 8 and 12 the quarters for Neoga's 20 points here at halftime. For Dieterich, Evan Bonoff, 9 points on 3 threes. Matthew Hunzinger, 6 on 2 threes. Austin Einhorn played but didn't score. Colin Hartke has 3 points. Cole Nieberge yet to score. Seth Bonoff played, is yet to score. Derek Kuhl with 4. And quarters for Dieterich, 11 and 11 for 22 points. So at the break, it's Dieterich 22, Neoga 20. Matt Stats on the way in just a minute here on 97.9 XFM.
Nemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Nemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Dieterich can help.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Premier Broadcasting, locally owned and operated, and proud to serve the Effingham area for more than 25 years. 97.9.
We're back at Altamont at halftime. Dieterich 22, Neoga 20, and Matt has the numbers on that first half.
All right, thank you very much, Greg. We appreciate that, as Dieterich shot the ball pretty well from beyond the arc, you'd say. That's kind of the biggest stat that jumps out at you, is they were 5 of 10 from three-point range. 3 of 6 in the first quarter, 2 of 4 in the second quarter. However, when Neoga switched to the man-to-man, that eliminated those three-point opportunities for Dieterich in the rest of the second quarter. So that's something to keep an eye out on here as well. Overall, Dieterich, again, made 5 of 10 three-pointers. They were then 3 of 11 from two-point range. That adds up to be 38%, as they are 8 for 21 from the field. They're 1 of 10 from the free throw line. Neoga on the other side, 0 of 9 from three-point range in the first half. They did not attempt a free throw, and overall they're 10 of 23 from the field at 43%. Rebounds, Dieterich has the advantage there, 12-9. However, turnover battle was won by Neoga thus far, as Dieterich has 9 to Neoga's 5. Individually, for the Dieterich Moving Maroon, Evan Bonoff is 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. He has 9 points and 2 rebounds. Matthew Hunzinger is 2 for 3 from the field. He has 6 points. Colin Hartke is 1 for 5 from the field, 1 of 2 at the line for his 3 points. He's grabbed a couple of rebounds. Cole Nieberge is 0 for 1 from the field, but has 3 rebounds. Derek Kuhl, 2 of 7 from the field, 4 points, but 5 rebounds for Derek. And Seth Bonoff has committed a couple of fouls in this ball game, as has Derek Kuhl. Matter of fact, they're the only 2 Dieterich players to commit fouls, but they each have 2 apiece. For Neoga, Chase Banning is 0 for 3 from the field at this point in time. Levi Peters is 1 for 2 with 2 points and 2 rebounds. Reese Johnson, 2 for 5 with 4 points and 2 boards. Trevor Roy, 4 of 6 from the field. He has 8 points and 3 rebounds. He's got 3 blocked shots and at least 2 steals in this ball game thus far. Mitchell Cornell is 3 of 7 from the field. He's got a couple of putback buckets, 6 points and 2 rebounds. And Levi Peters is the only Neoga Indian in any sort of foul situation, with 2 fouls in the first half. So that's a look at the stats of this 22-20 ball game, which Dieterich leads by 2.
Good, thank you, Matt. And while we have a couple of minutes left in the halftime, let's send it back to the sports desk and see what Brian Dust might have in the way of scores.
All right, we do have some other scores in boys varsity action at the Little Illini Conference tourney. Lawrenceville got the early win. They defeated Newton 67-53. And right now, Vandalia just got the win over Edinburgh 79-32. Also, it was Mulberry Grove over Carlinville 47-39. And just a couple of scores at the junior high level, but some Class 7A championships are going on. Newton St. Thomas, they played Sigel St. Michael and won tonight. Newton, your winner, 30-24. So they advanced from the 7-1A Sigel Regional Championship. Also in 7-2A, St. Anthony, your winner. They defeated St. Elmo 41-27 in the championship game. And one other championship score at the Shelbyville 3A Regional, Shelbyville over Sullivan, 40-22. That's your scores.
Thank you, Brian. And I know Matt has an ALIS score, too.
Yeah, they defeated St. Peter tonight in the SIJHAA.
Don't forget that S.
Yeah, I forgot an S in there, didn't I?
SIJHSAA.
Anyway.
I can spell it, too.
Altamont picked up the victory, or Altamont Lutheran, that is, picked up the victory over St. Peter, 64-25, the final there. That's in semifinal play. They will play the winner of the Patoka-Iuka matchup at Iuka tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, and that game's probably wrapping up about now.
And that's where Matt's going to be tomorrow night, so Dustin White will slide in and join me here tomorrow night for the big triple header. 5 o'clock tomorrow, it'll be CHBC in South Central. That'll be followed at 6:15 by what should be a good contest as SEB plays Windsor's Two Straws, and then St. Anthony plays North Clay, and that ought to be a honey. So we should have 3 good ones for you tomorrow night. First game at 5 o'clock, remember, here on 97.9 XFM. And Wayne, so far the video's still looking good? Very good. Get a thumbs up. That's good to hear. Oh, they just got to watch Roy sneak inside, and Trevor Roy put it up and in, and that gets Neoga back into a tie. So that's how the second half starts. Again, they were down 9. Now it's a tie game, 22-22 to start the second half. Dieterich drives it in, shot by Hartke's blocked, another block for Roy, and a rebound grabbed out of there by Banning for Neoga. So it's turned around here a little to start this second half for the Indians, but that means Dieterich will get on a jag here in a minute. Ball inside, knocked away out of bounds by Dieterich, and Andrew Snow, the Neoga coach, says, hey, or words to that effect.
Chase Banning probably had a good opportunity at a left-handed layup, but he tried to dump it down to Peters, and St. Snow said, just go to the hole.
I'll bet he will next time. Roy has it to Johnson for Neoga. Shot for 2. Good. How'd he get that shot up? Man.
He faked the shot, then kind of faked the pass, and then went ahead and shot it.
And he made it.
Yeah.
He has 6, and that gets Neoga back in front here, 24-22. Cool shoots in the lane for Dieterich, no good, and another Neoga rebound. So they were down 9. Now they're up 2. Neoga 24, Dieterich 22. They get it out top to Banning. He can't shoot. He gives it to Johnson, who also can't shoot, but still on the dribble, so maybe he can get himself in a position. Goes down low, flings it up, shot no good. Rebound Dieterich eventually. Colin Hartke got it for the Maroons. Clears it down to Hunzinger. Here comes Dieterich. They get it inside. Cool. Good move down the baseline. Stuck it up and in.
Well, you can just watch Cool improve throughout the season for Dieterich. He is really stepping up for the Maroons.
Gives him 6. Dietrich's tied it up, and now they get the steal as Neoga brought it down court. The Maroons the steal, and now Hunzinger lost it but gets it back. That was close. And a turnover on the Indians. 24-24. We're about a minute and a half into the second half. Dieterich works it outside. Top to Cool. Ball almost stolen, but Hunzinger corrals it for the Maroons. Drives in on the baseline. Shot for 2. Won't go, and he got called for the walk. They say he must have got one giant leap for mankind in there. And a turnover on the Maroons.
He took that extra step when he saw Mitchell Cornell come over there at him, and the way Neoga's been blocking shots, you can understand why Dieterich's a little intimidated. Roy's had the majority of them, but there's other players who've jumped up there and swatted a shot or 2 as well.
It'd make you think. Roy to Cornell to Johnson. Here comes Neoga. To Banning. Peters had it. I think all 5 kids had it that trip. They get it on the wing. Catch by Roy. Didn't make a pass. That was real smart not to make that pass, but Dieterich was off to the races, had he. He got around 2 defenders, and Roy sticks it up and in. Trevor Roy with a dozen already. Neoga back in front, 26-24. Out top, Cole Nieberge with the ball for Dieterich. Puts it on the floor, stops head of the key. Tried to get it to a teammate and gets it to Kuhl. Now down in the corner to Colin Hartke. He's looking to go back to Kuhl, and he does. Kuhl trying to post up, spin move into trouble, and got it back out safely to Evan Bonoff. That's a smart choice. Out to Nieberge. And now to Hartke. And Hartke says, let's just go back out here to the top and start all over again. Bounce pass. Nieberge at the high post. Cole drives down low, puts it up, got it. Nice move. Cole Nieberge's first point. That ties it at 26. On the other end, Johnson going 100 miles an hour, puts it up and in. Johnson with 8. So Dieterich, nice and patient that trip. And Neoga, here we go. And we're tied. Neoga back in front, 28-26, and then a reach-in foul. Dieterich tried to go down inside to Kuhl, and he got fouled.
Well, Levi Peters has a tough matchup trying to deal with Kuhl inside. He's given up some size in there.
Yeah.
And he just picked up his 3rd foul.
And they sit down Peters now. That brings Fearday back in, so Adam Fearday relieves him. Corner 3, good. Evan Bonoff off the inbound. He drained that corner 3. That puts Dieterich back in front for the first time in a while, 29-28. Out top with the ball, Roy for Neoga. Picked up the dribble. Now what? And travel. They say picked up the pivot foot. And Neoga turns it over. Their second turnover this quarter.
Evan Bonoff is 4 of 6 from three-point range in this ball game. The only shots he's taken in the game.
There's been no banging around and bouncing around the rim either.
No.
And he is swishing them. So 29-28 Dieterich. Hartke with the ball out top for the Maroons. Right side, they get it to Evan Bonoff. Back to Hartke, back to Bonoff, back to Hartke. They're working this one side of the floor right now. Back to Bonoff. And now they get it inside. Nieberge rolls down the lane. Shot for 2. Good. Is it going to count? Yeah, it counts. And he's going to get the and 1.
Cole's become a lot more aggressive for Dieterich here in this second half. He's been catching it at the high post and just making a quick first step, giving him some space to the basket. That time it was Chase Banning rotating over to try to help, and he's called for the foul, his second, Neoga's second this half.
Foul shot, good. Nieberge suddenly with 5, all here in the quarter, and Neoga's up 4 again. Dieterich's up 4 again, 32-28. Banning for Neoga drove and was using the forearm, and they say Hartke was set, and a foul, and a turnover on Neoga.
The turnover's their 3rd this quarter, and that foul on Banning is his 3rd. So Banning with 3 and Peters with 3 for Neoga, and that's getting deeper into that Neoga bench.
So back in to rescue things for the first time tonight. Not back in, first time tonight. Chase Lanham checks in, the 5'11 senior. So, yeah, 2 of your go guys, 3 fouls apiece, and we're just into the second half. Evan might have rushed that one a little. Evan Bonoff's shot came off no good. Looked like Hartke had the rebound, and then Lanham came up with it for Neoga. He gets it to Johnson. 2 turnovers now as Lanham affects the steal. On the side, Cornell. Mitchell tried to go to Johnson, hit him about the shins, and the ball bounces off, and a steal by Dieterich, and that's 4 turnovers on Neoga now. And that's also Banning and Peters out of the game. So we'll see what impact that has. Johnson reaches in, knocks the ball loose twice, but Evan Bonoff gets it back, and he hits the shot. Reese Johnson had knocked it loose twice for Neoga. Bonoff got it back, and Evan Bonoff hits the jumper for Dieterich. And all of a sudden, the Maroons are up 6, 34-28. Cornell to Lanham for Neoga. Trying to get it to a teammate and does to Fearday. Now to Cornell. Nice pass underneath. Lanham shot no good, though. And a rebound grabbed out of there by Hunzinger. So now Dieterich with a chance to go back up 8 or 9. Boy, this has been a game of runs.
Yes, it has.
Evan Bonoff drives the baseline. Runner for 2. Short. Rebound. Neoga got it. Cornell grabs it. He's going to the hole. Puts it up over Nieberge and got it. Mitchell Cornell with 8. Timeout on the floor. 2:24 to go. Third quarter. We're back in a minute. We're at the NTC tournament. It's Dieterich 34, Neoga 30. You're on 97.9 XFM.
Nemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Nemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM, online at 979xfm.com.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Dieterich can help.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Premier Broadcasting, locally owned and operated, and proud to serve the Effingham area for more than 25 years.
2:24 to go, third quarter. We're at the NTC tournament at Altamont. It's Dieterich 34, Neoga 30. Dieterich was up 9. Neoga's been up 4. It's a 4-point lead for Dieterich right now, and they have the ball after the timeout. Cole Nieberg, he gets it inbounds and takes it across the half line. So another guard for Dieterich now. That helps when your big kid can bring the ball down for you. He gets the catch. They lob it down low to Hartney. No, they don't. Boy, look at Roy jump in front of that pass and steal it for Neoga. 3 turnovers for Dieterich this period. They get it to Cornell now. Fearday with the ball. Back out top to Lanham. They swing it over to Roy. He drives inside, got the block, and will be going to the line to shoot 2 times.
Well, there's a couple of candidates. We'll wait and see who they give it to. And the foul for Dieterich is going against Colin Hartke. That'll be his first and the team's first this half. Neoga is going to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
Holy cow. That's not many opportunities to stay this close. Foul shot. No, that was no good from the minute it left his hand in our spot up here. The kids can't see us, by the way, up here when they're shooting, unless they really look hard.
Well, if they're looking at us, they've got problems.
So the first one's no good. Here's the second one, and it rims out no good. Boy, missed them both, and Cole Nieberg, the rebound for Dieterich. He clears it to Hartke. Colin gets it down low, and it's stolen. Again, Neoga stepped in front of a pass. Lanham the steal that time. 4 Dieterich turnovers. Fearday to Johnson. Minute and a half to go third quarter. Johnson in the lane. Shot over 3, no good, and he got called for the charge. As nice work by Derek Kuhl for the Maroons to take the hit.
Reese Johnson picks up that foul, his second, team's 4th. Neoga has their 5th turnover in that exchange as well, and you're right, great anticipation and footwork to get in position to take that charge.
So the Maroons get the ball back, leading by 4. We're in the third quarter here. It's 34-30, Dieterich in front of Neoga. Hunzinger left side with the ball for the Maroons. Out top, ball knocked loose, but regained by Hartke. Man, Neoga gets their hands on the ball. Out to Kuhl. Here's the cut down the baseline. Shot no good by Hartke. The rebound eventually goes to Reese Johnson for Neoga. Not sure how he got in there and got that.
Boy, he just ripped it away.
Lanham, and we've got a reach-in foul.
Looks like 1-3 was the signal. And that would be Matthew Hunzinger with his first foul and the team's second.
Still a common foul then as a result. Feardale inbound on the baseline for Neoga, and he threw it out into no man's land, and it's grabbed in backcourt because nobody touched it, so that's okay, and Roy gets the ball for the Indians. Drives into the lane, shot up, no good, and he got called for the walk. Ooh, that's a tough call.
Well, I think he walked when he went and got it in backcourt. But when he came up into the lane, I think he just made a good move, and it might have surprised the official as well. We've got a timeout on the court.
So, 54 seconds left, third quarter. It's Dieterich 34, Neoga 30 on 97.9 XFM.
Nemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Nemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Game of runs, and then there's a little bit of drought for one team, and somebody figures out how to get the ball going and through the net again, and then away they go for a little while.
So Dieterich with the ball and the lead. Let's see what happens here with 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Evan Bonoff gets it across midcourt. Hartke to receive, and he does. They tried to go underneath the Cool. Thanks a lot, he probably thought. That was a tough catch, but he did. To Hartke, down to Hunzinger. Out top to Hartke. We're down to 34 seconds, so it looks like Maroons want to get the last bite at the apple here in the third quarter.
My question is who really wants to play either one of these two teams with the way they're getting after it tonight? I mean,
It's going to be a tough matchup, and John Nieberg, talked about that when I visited with the Altamont coach after their game. He says, I don't know, and he says Neoga especially says they are a tough matchup, so we'll see what happens. Down to 10 seconds and a reach-in foul.
Roy got a little too aggressive there out top. Thought he might be able to get one of those knockaways and drive for a layup like they did a lot in the first half. Dieterich has cut down on those opportunities. It is Roy's first foul, but it is the team's fifth.
Dieterich will inbound at midcourt with 10.6 here left in the third quarter. Hartke has it and gets it across the half line, down to 5, down to 4. Evan Bonoff corner 3. No good this time. Neoga the rebound. Lanham grabs it. He flings it down court at the buzzer, and it's in the black chair seats. 4-point game as we go to the fourth quarter game. I'm sticking around. We're at the NTC tournament. After 3, it's Dieterich 34, Neoga 30. Here on 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th Annual NTC Tournament, 97.9 XFM.
Third quarter, interesting contest. 12-10 Dieterich in that period. And we had a whole bunch of scoring, and then we had hardly any scoring, and that's why it ended up 12-10. Anyway, Dieterich leads at 34-30 as we start the final quarter. This ought to be fun. Hunzinger's going to inbound for the Maroons, inbounds in backcourt to Evan Bonoff. Dieterich's led by 9. That didn't last long. Neoga's been up by 4. That was early. Evan Bonoff, 3. Rattled out and no good. That was halfway down. Rattled out and no good, and the rebound, Cornell for Neoga. How did that not go in? Reese Johnson with the ball. Gets it over to Roy. Spin move in the lane. Good defense by Hunzinger, man. Whew. There was no room at the end there. Off to Reese Johnson. Still on the dribble. Gets it to Cornell. Out top to Banning. Banning gets it to the cutter Johnson in the lane. Shot up. No good, but he did draw the foul. Reese Johnson going to the line twice here for the Indians.
Evan Bonoff guilty of that personal. He has his first foul, and it's Dieterich's third this half. Speaking of third quarter stats, Dieterich was 5 of 11 from the field, 1 of 1 at the free throw line, and 1 of 3 from deep. Neoga 5 of 7 from the field, 0 of 2 at the free throw line. They did not try a three-point shot. Dieterich had 4 turnovers. Neoga had 5, and each team grabbed 4 rebounds.
Reese Johnson made the first foul shot, made the second foul shot, so he's in double figures now with 10. Friends, we have a 2-point game again. Dieterich's leads down to 34-32. Just into the fourth quarter. Hunzinger with the ball for Dieterich to Cole Nieberg. Left side now to Evan Bonoff. Tried to go down low, and Roy knocked another pass away, knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Maroons.
Neoga hasn't been able to get the transition buckets, though, in the second half thus far. They got a lot of steals in the first half where they were able just to turn it into instant offense. Dieterich has cut down on those type of turnovers.
They kept Peters on the bench to start the fourth quarter. Let's see when they bring him back in. They get it to Hunzinger, now to Evan Bonoff. Dieterich with the ball in a 2-point lead. We're a minute gone in the fourth quarter. Nieberg down in the corner to Hartke. Out top, the catch by Hunzinger. Looking for an opening, right wing, Bonoff now down in the corner to Nieberg. Back out top, Hartke. They get it. Nice catch by Cool. They get it left side down in the corner. Evan Bonoff, he's made a living down there. Great pass underneath to Hartke, and he got fouled from behind. The shot didn't go, but he's going to the line to shoot a pair. That's a heck of a pass.
Yeah, and that foul was on Trevor Roy. He's picked up a couple now. Oh, no, just number 3. Nope, now they do put up 3-3 on the board. It is Trevor Roy's second foul, and the team's 6th.
Foul shot off the mark. Hartke sitting on 3 points. Missed that one. Dieterich's lead is 2, 34-32. Second foul shot, no good. Missed them both, and Roy skies for the rebound for Neoga.
That'd scare me to death.
Man, he was up there. Reese Johnson with the ball. 2 would tie it. 3 would give the Indians the lead. Back inside, Roy sticks it up and in. Give Reese Johnson the assist. Roy with 14 now, and we're tied at 34. So 4-0 Dieterich, or 4-0 Neoga to start this fourth quarter. It was 34-30 when the quarter began. Driving it inside, Hunzinger. Oh, the layup came off, no good. Rebound grabbed by Cornell. There's another shot I thought was surely down.
Well, and Roy might have affected that. He was up there swatting at it. I don't know if he got a fingertip on it or not.
Banning corner 3, too strong for Neoga. Nice rebound for Colin Hartke for Dieterich, and he's one to go coast to coast. Takes it on in, got the foul. Ooh, the shot came off no good, but he'll be at the line to shoot 2. Dipped the shoulder and got the defender up in the air. Drew the foul. Shot wouldn't go, but he's got 2 here at the line.
That's on Roy again, so now he has picked up his 3rd foul. So, got to be careful here. I know there's only 5:50 left to play, but Trevor Roy's not a player that Neoga can lose.
Roy may be cramping up a little, too. He's doing some stretching while he's down here talking to Coach Snow. Foul shot good by Hartke. He has 4. Dieterich's back in front, 35-34.
Well, as much as Roy's jumped, those leg muscles have got to be getting a little tired.
Second foul shot good. So Hartke missed a couple a minute ago, but he cans both of those, and Dieterich's back up to 36-34. Neither team's led by more than 9. Reese Johnson in the lane for Neoga hits the deuce. He has a dozen. We're tied again at 36.
He had a hand right in his face.
Hunzinger out to Cole Nieberge for Dieterich. Right side, Evan Bonoff. Good catch inside. Hartke shot. Good. So Hartke got the foul shots down. Now he gets a bucket. Dieterich back up to 38-36. Johnson with the ball for Neoga. Picks up the dribble. Side now to Banning. He tries a 3. No good. Rebound Cole Nieberge for Dieterich. He's done that a few times tonight. Off to Bonoff. Evans across the half line. Goes to the right side of the floor. Bounce pass out top to Nieberge. Now to Kuhl. Now down low to Hartke. He can't shoot. Nieberge head of the key 3. Rims out no good. Hunzinger thought he had the rebound. Now we've got a scrum. And eventually the jump's called. And that will give it out of bounds to Neoga.
Neoga's has Trevor Roy being guarded by Evan Bonoff. And Bonoff does a good job with staying with him out on the perimeter. I'd almost look to see if I could post Roy up a little bit here in this scenario.
38-36, Dieterich by 2. Neoga with the ball. Johnson down the lane. Rises for 2 more. Hits again.
That works too.
Whew. That's a good offense, isn't it?
Yeah.
Reese Johnson with 14. We're tied again at 38. Cole Nieberge had it for Dieterich. Cornell tried to reach in, knocked it away out of bounds. It'll stay with the Maroons. It'll be interesting to talk to both of these coaches on the postgame show, too.
If they have a voice left.
Josh Crumweedy for Dieterich and Andrew Snow for Neoga. Pretty animated guys. Driving it inside. Hunzinger put the shot up and a nice little spin move. Got the defender out of the way. Hunzinger with 8. Dieterich's back up 2. So it's Neoga's turn to tie now. Johnson with the ball. Down to 4:20 to play. The catch by Banning. Now to Cornell. Cornell looking. Gets it out top instead to Roy. Roy drives inside on Evan Bonoff, and I think Bonoff held, trying to slow him down.
Bonoff picks up his second foul in the exchange. It's Dieterich's 5th, so it'll be Neoga ball under their basket as Roy had just got below the timeline.
Chase Banning's going to inbound here for Neoga. Lob in. Nice catch by Roy. Of course, he can jump 12 feet in the air, so you don't have to make too much of a pass. He got it, though. Now, trouble in paradise for Banning. Finally, Johnson to the rescue. Into lane. Shoots for 2 more. This one's no good. Rebound taken down by Hunzinger for Dieterich. So the Maroons with the ball and a 2-point lead here. We're under 4 minutes to play. Hunzinger, left side. Catch by Evan Bonoff down low. Shot up by Hartke, too strong. Nieberge, the rebound, though, puts it up. Off, no good, but he did draw the foul.
Well, that was a big offensive rebound there by Cole Nieberge. And as he put it up, he almost got that ball to go, even though he went under some heavy contact from Cornell. Cornell has his second foul, and the team's 8.
Nieberge's foul shot good. Cole has 6, all in the second half. Here are those people I was expecting earlier. Well, one person I was expecting earlier. Levi Peters is back for Neoga now. And Fearday sits down, and Adam Fearday gave him some good minutes there in the relief role. Nieberge's second foul shot, meanwhile, good. Cole was 7. That gets Dieterich's lead back to 4. It's 42-38 Maroons with 3.5 to go. Reese Johnson for Neoga. Side, Banning, 3, way too long. Rebound taken down by Matthew Hunzinger for Dieterich. So Banning having a little tough time getting it zeroed in tonight. Out top, Cool with the ball for Dieterich. Picks it up, bounce pass down to Hartke. Dieterich with the ball and a 4-point lead and 3:15 left. Gets it inside. Cool back to Hartke. Layup won't go. And the rebound goes to Cornell for Neoga. Off to Reese Johnson down court. The catch by Roy. Reverse layup. Good. Holy cow. They must have drew that up last night. 16 for Roy. 2-point game again. 42-40. Nieberge with the ball for Dieterich. We're down to 2:50 to play. Dieterich in front by 2 with the ball. Nieberge picked up the dribble. Now what he says, and he finally got it away safely, and timeout, Dieterich. Josh was thinking, maybe we need to chat here for a second. 2:42 to go in this one. Been a good one. It's Dieterich 42, Neoga 40 from the NTC on 97.9 XFM.
Nemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Nemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Dieterich can help.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Premier Broadcasting, locally owned and operated, and proud to serve the Effingham area for more than 20.
2:42 to go in regulation. It's Dieterich 42, Neoga 40. We're at the National Trail Conference Tournament at Altamont. For all of you watching in Cucamonga, thanks for joining us via live video stream. We've had people all over the nation say, hey, pretty good tournament. We're going to watch every night. Smart move on their part. Dieterich works it around the top of the arc. They get it down low. Nice catch by Hartke. Puts it up. Oh, got it caught under the rim. And Neoga gets the rebound. Holy cow. He was too open, Matt. Johnson gets the rebound for Neoga. Fires it to the side. Roy for 3. In and out, no good. Cole Nieberge, the rebound for Dieterich. Shots on both ends. I thought sure we're going to go in, and neither one did.
Neoga still hasn't made a 3 tonight.
Oh, my. Evan Bonoff with a catch for Dieterich. 2 minutes left. Dieterich with the ball and a 2-point lead. Catch out top by Derek Cool. Puts it on the floor into a double team and got called for the walk. Yeah. That wasn't probably his best choice. And got a little top heavy and turnover on the Maroons. First turnover in the quarter on Dieterich.
Neoga doesn't have one yet.
Oh,
so
my.
After the way this game's been played and both teams having a few more turnovers than they'd like in their first 3 quarters, they're taking care of it here in the second.
So now
in the fourth.
So now it's time for Greg to say a 2 would tie it. A 3 would give Neoga the lead back. Catch by Cornell. Now to Fearday, who's back in after the timeout. Johnson off balance 2, rimmed out, no good. Rebound, last touch by, I think, Evan Bonoff for Dieterich. It'll stay with Neoga. Banning got a breather. Down goes Fearday. Minute 38 left.
Dieterich had switched to a 1-3-1 zone that time. Now they've switched to a 2-3 with the out-of-bounds play.
Catch in the corner off the inbound from Banning by Roy, and he lost the handle on it. Holy cow, was going to drive and lost it. And Cole Nieberge, the steal for Dieterich.
Nieberge's the one who poked it away. That was a heck of a play by Cole.
Hunzinger to Cool. Down to a minute 20 to go. Dieterich with the ball and a 2-point lead. Hunzinger finally out top to Colin Hartke. Kartke still on the dribble. Gets out of trouble. There's the cutter, and it was knocked away out of bounds by Neoga. Boy, Roy gets his hands on so many passes. Yeesh.
Yeah.
Stay with the Maroons.
Neoga has to be thinking about who they want to foul with a minute 10. They're
in trick. Here, 9X.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
He's right, year after year, into the next generation. Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Dieterich, making you right at home.
Andy's Health Mart Pharmacy, a locally owned Health Mart pharmacy, is now offering MedSync service. MedSync puts you in control of your medications and will help you save time and money by coordinating all your prescriptions into one easy monthly pickup. This means fewer trips to the pharmacy and more convenience for you. Finally, a medication schedule that revolves around you. Stop by and ask about MedSync. Simplify your refills and your life. Visit Andy's Health Mart Pharmacy at 805 West Fayette in Effingham. Andy's Health Mart Pharmacy, caring for you and about you.
97.9 XFM. We are having some phone difficulties here as we're trying to get you back to the broadcast. With about a minute, 10 seconds left, it looks like Dieterich leading Neoga 42-40. We'll try and get you back as soon as we can.
Your team works hard year-round to have a successful season. Shouldn't your bank do the same? Midland States Bank, in business since 1881, currently provides over 55,000 ATM locations and extended customer care hours. They're large enough to service almost any customer, yet community-based to service any size of banking needs. Midland offers innovative products like instant issue debit cards and My Card Rules, an easy way to freeze and unfreeze your debit card should it become lost or stolen. Midland States Bank is here to guide you to success. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You may find yourself with a backache, sore shoulder, or downright painful knee. We often just take it easy and hope the pain subsides after wondering what happened. Navigating our current healthcare system can be a daunting task. A cost-effective approach is to schedule a free injury screen with your Apex Network physical therapist in Effingham. During a free injury screen, you will spend time with a licensed professional to figure out the best plan of care, completely free of obligation or cost. Apex Network Physical Therapy is your hometown provider for the highest quality physical therapy and sports rehab. Contact the Effingham Apex Network Clinic at 217-280-4550 to schedule your free injury screen today.
Just my fears.
the Neoga coach, Andrew Snow. He's been nice enough to hang around through all of that and go through a tough loss. But, Andrew, we kind of thought maybe this was the best game of the tournament. Sensational job by both the ball clubs tonight.
Yeah, we didn't really look at it as out of the 3 versus 6 game. We knew we were evenly matched with Dieterich, and I think they knew it too. I mean, Josh would have his guys prepared. I kept telling them all of this, that they're not going to overlook us just because they beat us early in the year. And I think, yeah, from the get-go, the energy was there. It was a fun game. Not a lot of scoring, but the energy and effort was there.
The defense was sensational. So many kids getting their hands on passes, and it was tough to run an offense.
Yeah, I guess surprised. I mean, they did a good job. We didn't really look at it that they contained Reese, they contained Trevor, they kept them from being able to get to the rim like they're used to doing. I know a lot of our points, me and Sportsman have a set. We scored a lot in transition, offensive rebounds, and Mitchell had a couple of those. But yeah, their defense was tremendous, and ours was good at times. We just couldn't find Bonoff, and we needed to find Bonoff. And he was on the scoreboard. He lit us up in November when we played him. We talked about him against our zone. Our man. Kid just gets himself open and knocks down shots. He's a tough battled senior, you can tell.
You had the lead for a while, and then the second quarter they came out, and I don't know whether they hit like 4 threes in a row, something like that, got up 9, and you guys worked and finally got back in front by a point or two, and then it was seesaw back and forth for like a quarter and a half, and it ends up a 5-point game, so a heck of an effort.
During the fourth, I kept looking over at Coach Garrett, and I was saying, all we got to do is get the lead. We just got to get a stop and a bucket, and I think we might have been able to hold on that way. But every time we get a stop, we'd come down and make a silly turnover, or we'd take a bad shot or a rush shot. We just didn't do things well in the right order to make it happen.
Fouls hurt. Fouls came at the wrong time for you. Got some kids that got a lot of fouls, and you had to rest them, so you had them at the end.
Yeah, having Pete out, and Trevor gets out there and he has 3 or 4, you got to leave him out there with his offense. But he plays differently defensively, which he has to with 3 or 4 fouls. Not being able to have Pete out there most of the game, and yeah, that hurt us. We didn't rotate well in our defense, and we got behind guys, and we had to foul them to keep them getting wide open left. So that was partially on ourselves.
So it ends up a 5-point game. It wasn't the same sort of result as the last time. So what do you take from that and tell your kids so you're ready for Friday night?
It's going to be tough. We told them before this game, I said, this is probably the biggest game we played in at this point in the year. So this game finally has consequences. When you lose this game, you're going to the loser side of the bracket. You don't even give yourself a chance to play on Saturday night. And so I was a little disappointed, and we just never could get in a rhythm, and that's kudos to them. Their defense was – I never thought their defense could contain – it's hard to contain Reese and Trevor, and our guys – attack. It's hard to contain those guys. They kept them in front. Our guys couldn't get in any rhythm. I don't know what we can take out of this. I think we'll take more out of how we come out Friday.
Yeah, that's going to tell you a lot, how they respond. I got to give a shout-out to Trevor Roy. He just was everywhere tonight, jumping out of the gym and doing great things for you, getting hands on lots of passes.
He was. He hit blocks that he had, 4 or 5 blocks. He loves to jump. He's an athletic monster. He can get to the rim about any time he wants to. But, yeah, he was all over the place for us defensively. He did a good job guarding Harkey at times. And he makes it better when he's playing well in the defensive end. And tonight he did at times, a couple of times, But it was, as a team, we let each other down on the defensive end quite a bit tonight.
You were able to spot some kids, get them some big minutes. Fearday played a lot because of the fouls. And you had Keller in for a while. The Lanham kid did a good job for you. So, boy, you love to be able to stretch out to 7 or 8 or 9 kids.
Yeah, and we've been talking about that more. Know your role. I mean, when Adam comes in there, it's kind of a running joke. We don't need Adam to score. And Adam knows it. Adam doesn't care. Adam loves to get in there and forward and rebound. He's our best help defender. He loves taking charges, and that's his role. When we need to go out there and be gritty, he's the guy we look to. And Keller and Lanham, they're senior leaders. They get out there and they make smart decisions. They don't try and do too much. They make the extra pass, make the next pass. We don't have guys like that. Yeah, we feel comfortable with the rotation of guys we got, and that's what you want this time of year. You're slowly learning about your team, find them in the right time in February.
Well, a tough loss, and then you had to wait while the circuits were back up, so thanks for sticking around. Appreciate the interview, Andrew.
No problem. We'll see you guys Friday.
See you Friday. That's Andrew Snow, coach of the Neoga Indians. Josh Crumweedy, nice enough to come up and visit with us, the coach of the Moving Maroons. And I tell you what, man, I felt terrible. It's a minute to go. We got like a 2-point game, and the phone lines went south. We don't know exactly what happened, but we apologize to the folks that stuck around and stayed listening until we got things reconnected, and that led Josh Crumley to talk because he's happy man because his team came out on top tonight.
Yeah, we finally were able to get a lead there. We had a 2-point. We had a bigger lead in the first quarter. We kind of came out flat, and we had 2 points through about 6 minutes, and I was kind of wondering if this game was ever going to get to 30 points for either team. But in the second half, we kind of came out understanding a little bit better their offense and how to stop that, and our defense basically won us this game because anytime you don't get to 50 points and win by 5, that's good when you look at it from the defensive perspective. But we know on Friday that against Altamont in their home gym, the way they've been shooting the ball, we got to be better on offense, and hopefully we're able to do that on Friday. But it did seem like late in the game tonight that I was telling the newspaper that a 4 or 5 point lead seemed like it was about 10, kind of with the way the game was going. So building that lead, going to the free throw line late, finally getting Collins to score. Our leading scorer had 1 point going into the fourth quarter because they did such a great job on him. The Roy kid, tremendous job. He probably blocked 5 or 6 of his shots down low that he tends to either score or get fouled on. So give Neoga a lot of credit, and the Roy kid specifically, because he came to play tonight.
Certainly agree with everything you said. It was a situation, and the game kind of ran in spurts. And Neoga kind of hanging around, nursing that 2-3 point lead in the first quarter. And then your Gunners came out, the 2 guards between Bonoff and Hinterscher. Boy, they hit those big foul shots, or the big 3-pointers. Those were huge.
Matthew had come into tonight through 20 games. Hunzer had come into that's all right. He came into the night with 1 3-pointer on the year. And I had a very brief conversation with him before the game and said, hey, listen, the way teams are guarding you recently, you're going to have to put it up or you're going to have to drive the rim. We need your offense tonight. And the last 2 games, he scored 8 in each game. And he showed no fear, and he let it go. And, I was listening to the broadcast on the way home last night, and the coaches were talking about, or Bob Locker was talking about how shooting's a rhythmic thing. And there's no question about it. You got to have confidence, and you got to have rhythm when you go up. On those 2 that he hit, he definitely had that. And then, obviously, Evan giving us a lift from 3, too. So those 2 guys really were able to keep us in the game and built us a lead until we were able to give it up. But our guards did a lot better job tonight than what they had been doing, for sure.
Hunsinger, his mom's going to kill me next time she sees me. So sorry about that. Anyway, those were big. And then it was, I don't know, how big did the lead get again? Maybe 6 or 7 once. And then it was 4 points. And like you talked about, Josh, just a couple of possessions either way. And it makes a lot of it fun for us. I don't know how much fun it is for the coaches.
Oh, it's very stressful. We knew, beating them at their place earlier in the year, but it was, a lot closer game than what the 10 points even showed at the end last time we played them. It's been a while ago. It was early December, so we knew that they had some incentive to get us tonight, and we knew we were going to have our hands full tonight. It's not your prototypical 3 versus 6. We knew that they had been playing really well. They played St. Anthony to a great game earlier this year, and he's got those guys really playing hard and well, and I think they're really finally understand their roles, and I think the Johnson and Roy kid is probably probably one of the best 1-2 punches in the conference. And when you look at the scorebook at the end of the game and they got 32 of their 42, they're going to give you some issues. But we did a good enough job, and again, our defense, you can look at the offense. Obviously, being a glass half empty guy like I am, we're going to look at the offense and how we have to score more points on Friday. But our defense is what's been able to keep us into these games, and we've been able to actually win a lot of games in the 40s and 50s because our defense and our rebounding has really showed up this year.
Dieterich and Altamont Friday night ought to be fun.
I'm excited. Tomorrow's going to be nice. Just have the ability to come over here and have a little less stressful night and watch some basketball. But then come Friday, hopefully we'll have a good practice tomorrow and come back ready to play. It should be a great game, good atmosphere. I think the crowd will be great. I know
down 3. It did not go late, and then they fouled Hosky again, and he knocked down a couple more free throws to extend it to the 5-point advantage that ultimately became the margin of victory in this one for Dieterich. Taking a look at the numbers as far as the team stats go, Dieterich was 15 of 41 from the field at 37%, but 12 of 15 at the free throw line at 80%, and 6 of 15 from the 3-point arc at 40%. Neoga actually shot percentages better and made more field goals in this ball game. They were 19 of 41 from the field at 46%, and well, they did. 12 of 15 at the free throw line. It's hard to shoot better than that. Neoga was 4 of 6 at the line for 67%, but Neoga was 0 of 14 from the three-point arc in this ball game. Dieterich out-rebounded Neoga 22-19. Dieterich, though, committed 14 turnovers to Neoga's 11. Individually for Dieterich, Evan Bonoff was 5 of 11 from the field, grabbed a couple of rebounds, and finished with 14 points, as Matthew Hunzinger was 3 of 5 in the game, had 3 rebounds with 8 points. Cole Nieberge, 2 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 at the free. Let's change that to 3 for 3 at the free throw line. He had 7 rebounds and 7 points. Colin Hartke, 2 of 11 from the field, but 8 of 12 at the free throw line, and he got better from the line as the game went along, as he finished with 5 rebounds to go with those 12 points. And Derek Poole, a nice night, as he was 3 of 9 from the field with 5 rebounds and 6 points. For Neoga, again, 16 points for Reese Johnson and Trevor Roy. Roy was 8 of 11 from the field in this ball game, finished with 4 rebounds as well, was 0 of 2 at the free throw line to go with those 16. Reese Johnson was 6 of 12 from the field, 4 of 4 at the line, 4 rebounds with 16 points. Mitchell Cornell, 4 of 9 from the field, 6 rebounds and 8 rebounds to go with those 12. Levi Peters was 1 for 2 with 2 points and 2 boards. Chase Banning, 0 for 6 from the field, 2 rebounds for Chase. And Chase Lanham was 0 for 1 from the field with a rebound as well for Neoga in this one, as they fell to Dieterich. And what we thought was going to be a good 3-6 matchup, it was a good one. Dieterich with the 5-point win.
Thank you, Matt. Brian, what do you have for us in the way of scores around the area?
All right, guys. Yeah, we do have a few scores out there, mainly from the Little Illini Conference tourney, where Lawrenceville defeated Newton 67-53. Then it was Robinson over Flora, 56-31. 2 other boys basketball games: Mulberry Grove over Carlinville, 47-39, and Vandalia over Edinburgh, 79-32. At the junior high level, there were some regionals being played. Newton St. Thomas won the Sigel St. Michael Regional. They defeated the host school 30-24 in the championship game. And at the 7-2A Effingham St. Anthony Regional, the Bolt Pups advanced with a championship win over St. Elmo, 41-27. Then at the 7-3A Shelbyville Regional, Shelbyville, your winner, 40-22. And as you mentioned earlier, we do have another regional tournament going on in the SIJH SAA tournament at Iuka. Altamont Lutheran, your winner over St. Peter Lutheran, 64-25. And in men's college basketball, right now with about 17 minutes to go in the second half, it's a close one. The Wisconsin Badgers have a 32-30 lead over the Fighting Illini of Illinois. That's your scores.
So the Illini hanging in there again. We'll see what happens. 2-point game in the second half. Thank you, Brian. And thanks, Brian, for all the hieroglyphics you were doing there toward the end. It's tough being the guy back there trying to get everybody back on the air and making things work, and people want you to go faster than you're already going. So thank you. Appreciate you hanging in there. And thanks to those of you that stuck around and stayed with us till we got back on. So don't know what happened, but I mean, all the phones went south. We tried our landline. We tried cells. Nothing would work. And then finally, well, let's try the cell phone one more time. Thankfully, it got back up, and so glad we could wrap it up for you. So again, the finals here at Altamont on night 3. It was in the opener a win for the Altamont Indians as they beat South Central 52-33. Just a minute ago, good ball game. Dieterich beats Neoga 47-42. It was a dandy. So 3 for you tomorrow night. Remember, we have the game at 5, CHBC and South Central. Then at approximately 6:30, it'll be a battle between St. Elmo Brownstown and Windsor's Two Straws in the consolation bracket. And then championship semifinal action between St. Anthony and North Clay. That should tip at about 8 o'clock. So triple header for you. Should have fun. Matt will get a win tomorrow night. And thanks for your help tonight. Thanks to Wayne. And thanks to Brian Dust. I'm Greg Sapp. Good night, everybody.
This is the Farm Credit Illinois postgame show.